Welcome, CNG 132 online. Welcome to the, post-midweek check-in. So earlier this week, finally got a good example of an email, and I'll probably post this also in our news so you guys can see the actual file too. Usually email scans can pick stuff up like this and do their best to trash it. But this one got through to my personal email. This is this person, Gerard Sanchez, based in South Africa, diagnosed with a sort of cancer. But it tried to get you to basically social engineer and send you information. I can see that it is an email scan. You guys can probably see that it's an email scan. But what this is trying to really get you to do is apply to the greed that say, okay, if I invest this little bit, I'm going to get back a lot much more in this. I forget what he's... This one is not telling you to give money, much like some of the other ones we see asking for green dot cards, iTunes gift cards, a lot of things that other places hold value. But we can kind of just pick this apart with the poor English, identifying it as a malicious email. Poor English, Gerard Sanchez. Maybe not South Africa, but maybe South America. That definitely sounds like a name that could be from South America. And then if he had, I would guess that if he was a millionaire, he would not have just a plain Outlook.com email, but maybe some sort of personalized domain. I know once you get in the professional fields, finding a domain is relatively easy to do. We can take a look at that also. So here we can find a security class, thesecurityclass.com, for 99 cents for the first year, then $14.99 after that's taken. Which is, if we're looking for some validation, and this kind of fits into class 2 where we're looking at certificates, we could have a domain that has a security certificate along with it to provide proof that we are who we are. Asking for money. I hope this millionaire, if he was real, had a valid domain with a valid certificate. That we can probably chase down and say, oh, okay, this email, although they use poor English, they're from another country. Perhaps, investigating their domain would give us some clues on if they're real or not. Once again, just providing an Outlook.com, probably not the $1 million millionaire, but definitely different. Another key piece of information that I did want to show you to kind of go along with security. I was looking at this website in the firewalls class and came across this note. I think I clicked the wrong one. So we were talking about the Meraki firewalls in class, and then the student went a little bit further to see what webinars they offered and came across eligible attendees can receive a free switch by attending an on-demand webinar. A few of the students have already started doing this. Make sure that you use a non-public domain email. So do not use Gmail, Hotmail, iCloud, @me, @AOL. Make sure you use a domain that is unique to your unique to you. So like me, I would use my @lemos.co email. A few of the students, once again, they went and purchased a GoDaddy domain for 99 cents just to get their free switch. Cisco Meraki does offer a lot of free appliances every now and again. And this is where I get my house stuff. Basically, it's just web managed appliances. I manage my father's house, my mother's house, and my sister's house. They all reside in different places, but when I do go over there to use their access points, I know I can communicate to my house through a VPN. So I know I have some secure data exchange from one place to another place, adding a little bit more security. But I haven't really paid for an appliance for them. I have renewed my appliance licenses, which was, I believe, $300 for another 3 years on my access point and my firewall combined. But I probably will get this switch also. Just another step at, I should say, another step at just getting more gear, get a little bit more familiar with their stuff, and provide myself with more security. Let's see, when we go through today, make sure to look at the certificates. Not a hard project to do. I just got word that the migration from MindTap to D2L should be pulling those grades, and we received that email late last night. I haven't got a chance to check it out, but that should be working now. So your grades on MindTap should be pulled over to D2L. If you have any questions, reach out to myself or Bob. There was an issue with the Apple OS and Oracle box. I would encourage, if you do have an Apple, I would encourage you to get the VMware Fusion virtualization software. I forget if it's on 10 or 8. Make sure to get the latest one. With the VMware Fusion, that has been tailored specifically to work on Apple OSs and run virtual machines efficiently on that OS. Once again, the paid solution is always going to be a better way to go since they are since you're paying for that product. The free solution will work good, but maybe not always as intended. So if you are using a Mac, make sure to get that VMware Fusion, and that'll help that virtualization machine run a lot better on your system. Have a good weekend. I will be watching my Google Hangouts, and once again, reach out to myself or Bob to help with any questions you may have. Have a good weekend.